Hi, guys. So, we are going to talk about 5 ways to achieve simplicity in your photographs. Um, a lot of times, you may want to have or make a photograph that doesn't have a lot of layers or doesn't have a lot of stuff going on in it. It all depends upon the mood or the story that you're wanting to tell with your photograph. So, we're going to start with backgrounds. Okay, a busy or distracting background instantly reduces the simplicity of the composition and makes the photograph busy. To fix this, try changing your position or getting in closer to cut out unnecessary details. And I talked to you the other day about setting up photographs. If you're wanting something very simple, this is a good time to set up your photograph, such as the one we have here with the apple sitting on some kind of surface and nothing else on the surface. Now we're going to go to excluding elements. Um, Sometimes it's best to figure out what kind of story you want to tell before you take a picture. And that way you can take it from the angle or a position that tells your story. Like here, you're looking at these two right here. Which one exhibits simplicity? What happened with these is the photographer took this picture right here of her husband next to this tree out in the Australian outback. Now, she decided that she wanted to tell a story of this tree with the nest in it. So she got up underneath the tree and made the story just about the tree, getting rid of all of this other stuff that's here and having just the sky in there besides the tree. Okay, coming to fill the frame. You will notice that these overlap with some of the other rules. Rules do this. The photography rules do this. Some of them are overlap, and you will find yourself at times using two, three, or even more rules in a photograph. But if you get in close and cut out distractions, that's pretty much what simplicity is about, is cutting out the distractions in any way you can find. Um, and you can do that by getting in close to simplify your um, subject. This is actually a photograph of a mother elephant and a baby elephant cuddling. And the photographer really wanted you to focus in on the baby's interaction with its mother. So they got in close so you could just see the baby's head and the baby's trunk up here underneath mommy's neck. When you get in close and fill the frame, you focus the viewer's attention on exactly what you want them to see. This strengthens your composition purely by being so focused and in your face. Okay, now we're going to move on to color. Color is very important, especially in simplicity. If you look at a color wheel and pay attention to colors that contrast and complement each other, you can really make a bold statement with your photograph in simple ways. If you look at this one right here, it has the purple yellow contrasting colors, but this purple isn't quite as bold as the yellow. If you come over here, you'll see the purple here is very bold against this bold yellow background. This one right here is going to make a much bolder um, story or statement because of the contrasting colors. It also has some other things going on, such as the girl looking up and this being empty space here. So you can wonder what she's looking at. Okay, let's move on. Oh, we consider color in two ways when aiming for simplicity in photography composition, as a choice between a color image or a black and white image. A lot of times, black and white pictures will have a lot stronger statement than the color version of the picture. But that comes with photo editing more than photo making. Sometimes removing all color also removes distractions and the image becomes more focused on form and light, or concentrate on the colors you choose to include. You could use just one color palette in the image, alternatively, using complementary colors to create interesting photos. These are colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, such as orange and blue, purple and yellow, red and green. Okay, now we're going to look at lighting. Lighting is very important in your pictures. If you recall back when we were talking at the beginning of the semester about how photography is basically using light to create your pictures. Oh, don't go back that way. That's not what I wanted you to do. There we go. Light is the basis of all photos. Therefore, lighting is also a big decision when it comes to composition. Let's look at directional light versus flat light for creating simple composition. Directional light for simplicity is in composition, reducing an image to strong contrasts of light and dark with directional light removed. Directions and directions and concentrates on the form of the subject. Um, therefore, it simplifies the image. Flat light for simple composition. However, if all other factors have been considered, flat light might also add to simplicity in photography composition. Its very lack of shadows could simplify a scene. Silhouettes are a prime example of simplicity in photography composition. By exposing form line background and ensuring that the subject is no more than a shape. If you remove all unnecessary clutter. Okay, so this is what they're talking about with the shadows and the flat light. And then this is what they're talking about with directional light, where this side over here is lit up quite a bit, but this side's a little bit darker, as is the top and the bottom. And you've got shadows here on the apple. There's shadows where her arm is and shadows coming from above. That's directional light. Okay, so that was 5 ways to achieve simplicity in photography. Focusing on your backgrounds, looking at excluding elements, filling the frame, using color on purpose, and making sure your lighting is doing something to simplify your photography. And that's it for this video.